Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Today we are doing some live rail fanning for the first time in a long time. I've been so incredibly busy with FFA and school and everything that this has not been my life. But I'm finally getting back into the swing of things and kind of taking a break. It's Christmas break. Had a really busy weekend, but finally getting the flow down. The next 2 weeks I might be able to pump out some videos or something, but things have been pretty slow here. We're watching the Kaimichi interchange right now. This is actually something pretty new. The Kaimichi interchange has new locomotives on it, which they've had the same SD60Ms on it for probably about a year. So it's pretty cool. We got a new train. They're actually, I'll just leave it as a surprise. They're pretty cool looking. Unfortunately, they're both Union Pacific lettered. There has been a time where there was a Southern Pacific bloody nose stuck on the Kaimichi interchange, but it's a story for another time. Hello, Grey Ghost. How are you doing? Today we're watching the Kaimichi interchange. It's about to pull up and hook onto its cut before it heads down to Denison. And we are going to be chasing it to Durant. Hey, Amber. I've been pretty good. Super busy. That's why I haven't been uploading anything here lately. But I have a good 2-week break for Christmas, and I'll probably get some stuff uploaded. But I will have a channel update coming out soon, kind of explaining what's going on with the channel. But fair warning, it kind of includes that Red River Railfan will not be uploading for most of 2024, which is unfortunate, but it's something I have to do so I can prioritize myself. Like I always say, trains are always going to be here. High school isn't. I don't know if you can see it, but it's pulling up. If you haven't guessed, they're both ST40s. They sound awesome. coupling up to the cut right now, and then here in a minute they'll pull up and head to either, they might stop at CMC, but I don't think they have a cut for CMC. So we'll see. I don't know, if they stop at CMC, I probably won't railfan them all the way into Durant, because it takes them like a good hour to get all that sorted. But usually they sort CMC on their way in from Durant, so it just depends if the Kiamichi left them anything. But usually the Kiamichi picks up their cut that Union Pacific drops off, and then sorts CMC when they come through with the Kiamichi 201 in the afternoon. So, it does suck I don't have my radio with me right now, so I'm kind of flying blind, but that's part of the fun part of railfanning, I think. Be sure to check out my merchandise, Patreon, and other things linked in the description. If you want to reach out to do a collaboration, my email is also in the description. Okay, it looks like they got them hooked up. They just got to build air, and then we should be out of here. Those dogs aren't too fond of me. Yeah, they should be building air right now. Might just take them a minute. I do know the old SG60s that they used to build air. So we'll see how long this takes. Oh, they gotta build air. I forgot they have to, the conductor's going down and undoing the handbrakes. Which, the old crew, well, I won't say old crew, but the crew that I usually see out here, oh yep, they're building air. They're usually pretty smart about it. They build air when they push the cut down before they come over here and hook it up, and then they isolate it with the air, and then they just keep it held down with handbrakes. They do like 5 or 6 handbrakes, and then before they leave, they run down there and undo the handbrakes so that they already have air built. Which this crew might have already done it because they're pulling. welcome, Grey Ghost. I enjoy doing it. That slack was insane. These old Southern and Norfolk Southern, or Norfolk Western cars that they're just so loud all the time. Hello, how are you doing? Should be getting some movement anytime soon. All sorts of leaves on top of these hoppers. They've been sitting out all weekend underneath the trees down there on the purple siding. Here we go. Okay, so now he's going back to pick up the conductor. Once he gets the conductor, he'll head back to Durant. I was stupid and didn't charge my camera batteries before I came out here. So I honestly don't think I'm going to chase him, or well, I might chase him, but I won't record him with my camera through Durant. I think I'll just let my camera sit here for a second, and I'll record him when he goes back by, because I think I'll have enough time to do that, but I don't know. Just depends. I had an extra camera battery in my bag, but it was also dead. So I think what I might do is after he passes by, I'll go to town and go to my grandpa's house for a little bit, hang out, talk to my great-grandpa and whatnot, and then I'll go back out and I'll railfan the Choctaw Sub. Because I've been wanting to railfan these things for a little bit. I was actually doing an FFA event a couple days ago, and we saw this thing passing by, and I was like, I have to get out and record that. So that's kind of been my biggest motivator. Because usually I don't railfan the Kiamichi interchange. It's such a waste of time. But now that it's got these SD40s, it's actually pretty interesting. I mean, those SD60s were, but that's about it. There was nothing too fancy about them. I didn't really care too much. Like, sure, they're cool. One of them was ex-Southern Pacific, I think. But I don't know. I have a bigger affinity for Jeeps and like these little yard locomotives. Don't ask me why, because I don't know. Yes, I do. Maybe it's because I like the Kaimichi Railroad better than I do the Union Pacific. Because, I don't know, they just have more interesting power. Plus, these little SDs and Jeeps, they have, sometimes they have cooler history. Very rarely, but sometimes they do. So yeah, I'll be going live for just a little bit longer. Might hit about the 20-minute mark. And then I'll be signing out. For today. Or at least for right now. I might go live again later. It just depends. But yeah, once she passes by, I'll stop railfanning for right now. I gotta go. I'll probably eat lunch or something and let my camera batteries charge, and then I'll come back out and railfan the Choctaw stuff. But be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I definitely appreciate it. It helps me out a bunch, especially because I'm not uploading a whole lot here lately. And be able to, please be sure to check out my channel memberships and Patreon and all that. To my Patreon members and my channel members, I do know that I've kind of been falling through on the obligations that you're paying me for, but that's because I've been really busy. But there is a disclaimer in both my Patreon and my channel memberships that I may not be able to fulfill what you're doing, and that the donations from that, the proceeds from that, will be more so helping me the times when I can railfan more than all the time. Like, because you have to understand, I'm 17 years old. I still live at home. I'm not even in college yet. Still a high school student, and I'm very busy. So the funds that you help me with are basically incentivizing me to go railfan, because it allows me to pay for better equipment and basically pay for my time to go do that because I'm so busy. So that is something I did disclaim on there. But either way, if you can donate, I definitely appreciate it, especially through my merchandise, because then you get something and I get something. Everything's high quality. Actually, right now I'm wearing some of my own merch. I don't know if you can see it, but Western Pacific, the Feather River route. This is my favorite hoodie that I own. That, and I also have this Western Pacific hat that I bought at the Plano Train Show, which that is a video that will be coming out next week, hopefully, if I can get it done. Just depends on what kind of plans get thrown up in the air. We did have another death in the family this week, so things might be thrown for a loop. I bet they're building here now. Either that, they're just waiting for me to leave. I don't know, the conductor didn't seem to really like me, but the engineer did. He gave me a horn salute every single time he went past me, which was probably like 5 or 6 times. Either that or he just has a really strange pattern of blowing the horn. He's trying to be his own Casey Jones. Because he'd do like dun 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 dun. Kind of weird. But maybe he's trying to talk to me in Morse code or something. But what's kind of funny though is that out here the trains are restricted to 25 miles an hour. So I can like beat him back to Durant, probably get food, turn around, and come back before he even gets to town. It's funny. Actually, it's really not, because it's just a waste of, or not a waste of money, but it's just more money for the railroad to pay for, and less crew hours that these guys can use getting everything set up. Because their morning starts pretty early. They start down in Denison, and they fill out their cut that they bring up here. They have to come to Durant, switch through Durant. Sometimes they drop stuff off at CMC. Every morning they drop off stuff at Hardy Farms, or every other morning. Sorry, they drop off stuff or pick up stuff from Hardy Farms. And then sometimes they drop off at this place called Eagle Suspension, but usually they do that on their way out. And there's some other places down there. And then they switch. Most of the time they have to wait forever for the Union Pacific to clear them across the main line because they take so long switching through Durant that the main line's blocked up. So sometimes they have 2 to 4 trains waiting on them. And then once they make it through here, they have a 15 mile per hour speed restriction. And then they drop stuff off at CMC Metals. Then they come up here. They have to go down to the end, take their cut, push it down, bring up a cut, switch, and then push everything down into the Pirtle siding, disconnect the locomotives, bring them up onto the main, take them all the way back down to here, back them back, hook up to the train, pull them out, make sure everything's set, then they switch the track, engineer backs up, picks up the conductor, then they sit there and build air, which is what they're doing now, and then they pull forward, and then they basically do the reverse of everything I just said. They have to go back through Durant. Sometimes they drop stuff off at Platinum Machining. They do all sorts of stuff. It's crazy. And then they have to go back to Denison and fill out their cut, or not fill out their cut, but drop off their cut, get things sorted for the switcher crews, and then they go back and they park the train. They probably refuel and stuff, but I'd never know because you can't get down into Ray Yard or they will try to arrest you. Which, one of my friends, Texas and Oklahoma Railfan, he actually got down into the yard the other day because the Katy Heritage unit was there, which nobody told me about because I've been so inactive in the railfanning community that everyone thought I kind of gave up. So everyone that I usually get information from stopped telling me. And I missed the Katy, which is actually the first Heritage unit I ever saw. I was about 5 or 6 years old, and it came down to the MKT Railroad Depot in Denison, and for their Katy days, because it was the 100th anniversary or something of the North-South Transcontinental line. Actually, it might have been the 75th anniversary or something. I think the 100th is 2 years. But they came down and they did a big deal about it. They had little Katy out there, which is like a little toy train that they have. It was cool. But for the longest time, I thought it was the Coca-Cola train. So every time I tried looking it up, I was like, I can't find anything about the Coca-Cola train. That's because it doesn't exist. Katy. Which, for some history, this train line right here has gone through multiple different hands, but it started off as the St. Louis and San Francisco Railroad, and then that was bought out by the Burlington Northern, and then that was bought out by the Burlington Northern and Santa Fe, and then that was bought out by the Kiamichi Railroad, which, actually, I don't know if the Kiamichi was before or after BNSF. It just depends on what year the BNSF merged. Because I think the Kiamichi came about in the late 70s, early 80s, as a private company, and then in the early 2000s, about 2005 or 6, they were bought out by Genesee and Wyoming. Actually, it might have been 2008. They were bought out by Genesee and Wyoming, so now they're a Genesee and Wyoming company. Which sucks because I like their old paint scheme a lot better. It was like a dark maroon with like a drum head and stuff on it. It was really cool. Now they're just orange, which I don't really complain about. Go Pokes. Big old bird. It is pretty chilly out here today. I give them about 3 more minutes, and then I'm going back to town. Because if I can, I want to go to town, grab something for lunch, let my batteries charge for a minute, and then come back out. So, if I time it right, maybe I'll actually run into these guys again. I also want to visit my great-grandpa. Because it's Christmas. y'all have any big plans for Christmas? Let me know down in the live chat. It's weird. My back is burning up because of the sun, but everything else is cold because of the wind. Oklahoma winter for you. Yeah, instead of snow, we got mud. Usually we don't see any snow until about February. I don't know, I give them about a minute and a half. And if they don't start pulling out, I'm gonna go to town, grab some lunch, and I'll come back and Railfan. I'll probably catch them again. Their operations are so unbelievably slow that it's pretty easy to catch up with them. But if you guys enjoyed, please like, comment, and subscribe. Check out my merchandise, which is linked in the description below, as well as my Patreon and channel memberships. There are some perks that come with that, which are still a work in progress. Please go make sure to check out my Instagram and TikTok. My main Instagram is Braden_Hamilton24. My Red River Railfan is Red River Railfan. My TikTok is BB Hamilton24, I believe. I upload some train stuff every now and then. It's mainly just me posting dumb stuff. But yeah, I think that's about it for today. We'll let these guys catch up to their own work without being recorded, and then maybe we'll catch them again here in a minute. I have some ideas for some interesting shots from downtown, so I'll keep you guys updated. Please turn on notifications so you can see if I go live again this afternoon. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see y'all in a couple hours. Bye-bye.